Hello, everyone. This is Jose Aliaga, your host from the Jose Aliaga Show. And today I will talk about something very interesting, about the facts of history. Many things are very interesting that most people don't know. I have been traveling around the world, many countries, and sometimes people believe in perceptions on some ideas that some social media people throw up there, but they don't know the facts. For instance, when I go to South America, some people believe that the first Afro-American US Senator was Barack Obama. But today in my show, we're going to talk about facts about history that you may think is very interesting. So let's do it. And the first US Senator was no Barack Obama. The first Black US Senator was Hiram Rhodes Rebels. The first Black senator in US history was him. And he was born in September 27, 1827 in North Carolina. But he made history in 1870 when he was elected the first US Senate in the US Senate. He previously was representative from the state of Mississippi. His election was great. And also, a lot of people don't know that the second Black US Senator was Blanche Bruce. He also was a Republican. So the first US Senator was Republican, and the second US Senator was Republican too. And he was the second Black Senator in US history. So you see, when you look for facts and look at history, you find out that it is different. And both of them support the Republican side that was supporting, obviously, they both were anti-slavery. They support civil rights like Republicans did. And they also support Lincoln philosophy. Also, a lot of people don't know, but they assume, even when I walk in the streets in Michigan, a lot of people assume that the first Afro-American US congressman was a Democrat. But no, even the first five Black Republican members of Congress were Republicans. And the first one was Joseph Rainey from South Carolina. And the second was Robert Smells. And the third one was Benjamin Tanner from Alabama. And John Roy Lynch from Mississippi. And James T. Raper from Alabama. So, in conclusion, all the first Afro members in the US Congress were Republicans. So I don't know why, if a lot of people in Latin America and sometimes even in the United States, they believed in the first Afro-American members were Democrats. That is not true. The Democrat Party actually supported slavery back in the day. And Lincoln was a Republican. There's another thing that most people don't know, but it's kind of interesting every time you start learning the facts about history. Another interesting fact in history is about the successful history of William Ellison Jr. He born as a slave. His name was April Ellison, but later on, he got his freedom and he became one of the biggest landlords, or not just landlord, but he used to own a lot of slaves in South Carolina. I was making some research, and then I find out at some point he bought the house of the South Carolina governor. He support with money. He support the Confederates to keep the Civil War going, because he wants to keep slavery in South Carolina. Very interesting. Also, you probably don't know this, but the first is actually documented. The first slave owner, his name was Anthony Johnson. Anthony Johnson was Afro-American, or he was African, and then came to Virginia, and it's documented that he owns a slave. So he's the first one that is documented, and that you can actually verify in documents, that he was one of the pioneer, the one who started slavery in Virginia, owning a slave. So some Afro guy was owning a lot of Afro people and starting this commerce at that time. Um, and it's very interesting because I never imagined, when you, again, I talked to some people in South America and all that, they believe the the slavery was started by a white guy, but according to documents and research, it was started by another Afro person, African person who studied slavery in the United States in Virginia, and his name was Anthony Johnson. Very interesting. Something that's very interesting too is about the Ku Klux Klan. The Ku Klux Klan started in Tennessee in 1865 for a group of veterans for the Confederate, which is at that time was another country. And a lot of those people were members of the Democrat Party from the South. So members, they live in the South from the Democrat Party, but they are the founders of the Ku Klux Klan. During the Reconstruction, they were opposing the Republican Party views and support to Afro-American people, especially when the Republicans support the 13th Amendment, the 14th Amendment. The 13th Amendment was abolition of the slavery. The 14th Amendment was citizenship and civil rights for Afro-Americans. And the 15th Amendment is the right to vote, which they didn't like it at all. They were furious. So the Ku Klux Klan was created just to intimidate, to attack, and kill so many Afro Americans and some Republicans and activists from the civil rights. And most of the people don't know that. A lot of people keep thinking that the Democrat Party supports Afro Americans. No, history is it's the history tell us. When you read the history and look for the facts, you will see the Republican Party was created against slavery, and the Ku Klux Klan was created by the Democrat members of the Democrat Party. I have to say it right. So, in conclusion, members of the Ku Klux Klan, the grand majority of them were Democrats from the South, and they opposed policies from the Republican Party and the Reconstruction and everything that the Republican Party wants to do in the South, because they want to keep the supremacy down there in the South after Civil War. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my video. And I encourage you, please, to keep watching, and don't forget to put your comment on my channel. Thank you, and see you until the next video. Bye-bye.